Hello everyone, I'm Gary Maloney and this is Sacktown Slam for Friday. Okay. So on Wednesday I got this email from WWE wanting to ask some questions about a quote-unquote premium tier for the WWE Network. Now, I want to just talk about this just in general before I go through the survey with all of you. Unfortunately, I'm having a problem bringing it up on screen through the Logitech webcam software, but I'll go with it with you question for question. One, I do not want to pay an extra $10 to get what I'm already getting for $10. So to WWE, I'd really have to say, don't pull any bullshit shenanigans like, oh, we're upping it to $20 and now only our premium tier people will get pay-per-views. No, you will lose me as a customer, period, if you pull that shit. Second of all, you had a question on there about tournaments. If you take any of those tournaments away for your $10 customers, go fuck yourself. Because me personally, it's been things like the UK tournament, the CWC, the Mae Young Classic that have kept me watching the WWE Network because there's really nothing on there to watch outside of the pay-per-views and NXT. Meaning that maybe once a week I turn on the WWE Network. So I get it, but I'm not going to pay another $10 for that stuff. So without further ado, let me introduce you to the questions on this survey. Now, it's a pretty, quaint little survey here. I mean, it's pretty direct and to the point. So, the first thing they asked was if I was a subscriber, which, duh, I am a paying subscriber. I'm not, bumming my shit off of somebody else's account. I am a paid subscriber. And then the next thing they ask, first of all, would I be interested in Ring of Honor? Yeah, I would be extremely interested in seeing Ring of Honor, new programming, and a library on there. That would be great. Because I'd love to see things like Adam Cole and Red Dragon and, and just all the different guys that have gone through there that are currently there now. There's just too many to count. I mean, I'd love to see Seth Rollins' Ring of Honor run, which would be awesome. I'd love to see Roderick Strong's Ring of Honor run, which, Mr. ROH himself. That would be great to see how that came to be. Then you've got house shows. That's somewhat interested. I really could care less about house shows, because why does anyone care about house shows? Like, really? I mean, they're not gonna... I mean, outside of the title changes that rarely ever happen at house shows, this is pointless, to me anyway. Then you have TV14 in-ring show. Okay, you do not need TV14 to push your product. You don't. We've seen, as we saw at the beginning of the year with SmackDown, you don't need TV14. You need a good storyline, and you need solid in-ring work. Now, if you wanted to do like a weekly version of ECW, didn't we see that a few years ago just totally flop? I mean, you really want to bring back ECW? I mean, it's not the 90s anymore. So, yeah, moderately interested would be my opinion here also. Or somewhat, not even moderately. Or another edgy new promotion rated TV 14. I don't think TV 14 is really WWE's problem. It's solid storytelling and things that make fucking sense. WWE Director's Cut. Shows that put a new twist on classic content such as WWE Legends, narrating historic pay-per-views, or current WWE superstars providing their perspective and analysis of classic matches and events. I'd be very interested in seeing that. I can't lie on that one. That is something that, to be fair, would be very interesting. Whether it would be John Cena talking about Hulk Hogan, or Hulk Hogan talking about John Cena. That would be a very interesting one. Or Stone Cold talking about the Macho Man. You know, that kind of stuff is usually very good. And WWE Network does a very good job with it. Other promotions. Historic and new programming from ICW, Progress, New Japan, or other regional indie promotions. Yeah, extremely interested. You have my vote of confidence on that one. You get New Japan, boom. You take my money, okay? Because that would be huge. Tournaments. New in-ring tournaments, such as a Pro-Am style tournament with WWE versus NXT, a Lucha tournament, which I think would be awesome, a tag team tournament, which needs to happen anyway, and King of the Ring style tournaments. Yes, I'd be very interested in seeing this. But not behind a fucking paywall. I think they should be giving this shit to us anyway, because we're paid subscribers to the network. See, this is where my issue with this whole thing starts. Because the tournaments should be for anyone paying at least $10. Shouldn't be behind the goddamn paywall. Fuck that. Audio channel, a section of WWE Network for listening only that provides auto play-by-play of pay-per-views, music playlists, sports, and radio-style call-in shows and podcasts. Here's the thing. Most likely this is going to be a phone app, and I don't have a phone that can currently support that much data. My phone's like 8 gigs. So, not so much interested in that one. So, definitely not interested in that in any way, shape, or form. I am sure there will be people that would love to have that because, oh my god, I'm late to go home for the pay-per-view and I'm at work, so I'm going to turn my phone on to wrestling. I get that, and that is kind of a cool thing, and I'm sure I'd be more on board with it if I had the phone service to support that, but I do not, so to me that's just kind of eh. Original scripted dramas, wrestling-themed series inspired by wrestling's colorful and rich history, such as WWE's version of Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is cool because it's medieval, and there's dragons and blah blah blah, and winter is coming. I don't know how the hell you're going to do that with wrestling. I mean, what are you going to do? Have one kingdom be NWO, another be freaking, the Bullet Club, and another one be, what, DX? Because it doesn't make a lot of sense, so I would go with not at all interested on that one. Like, Vince, grow up, bro. This is WWE, not HBO. Because unless it's going to be HBO TV 14 quality, which they're in the last two questions, or that question and the TV 14 question really should have been bundled together. But anyway, special live events, special online live events from unique locations around the world featuring an unexpected main event. Here's the thing. You already do that too. It's called Tribute to the Troops. If I have to pay extra to see that, I'm not going to pay it. Because that is absolutely ridiculous. So unless you're going to pump these things out like a spigot and make a big brouhaha about what happens at these events, then you're wasting my time. So, I don't know, I'd say moderately interested, and that would even be depending on how they did it. And TNA, a historic and new programming from TNA Impact Global Force. Here's my thing. If they end up buying Global Force or even Ring of Honor, they're just going to tear it apart, take their library, and then put their wrestlers on Raw, SmackDown, or NXT. So, to really say that this is anything is not a big deal. I want to see John Morrison back in WWE just as much as the next guy. But, moderately, I don't really think it would be that big a thing. New reality shows. Reality shows featuring life on the road for WWE superstars. And insiders view WWE superstars' intense training and workouts with WWE superstars' cribs, WWE style apprentice to win a job with WWE, which was breaking ground the last time they did that. Or WWE Legends House Season 2 Attitude Era, which that would be a bomb-ass show. Here's the thing. Again, do not put this behind a paywall. That is why we pay $10 for this shit in the first place. This whole thing, to me, looks like an excuse to raise the subscription rates. And I'm not for that. I am sorry that your initiative in India didn't get you what you wanted, WWE. But that's no reason to go raising our rates from $9.99 to $19.99 and then probably $29.99. No. No. So, you're already giving us this shit for free as it is. Somewhat interested, as far as this stuff, because you already give it to us. Original scripted comedies, such as Superstar Podcast, Southpaw Regional Wrestling, which I do like, or the WWE's version of The Office. Well, okay, you might have me on that one. I'd be very interested. So, between all those, we have a lot of mixed bags. Like Ring of Honor, I'd be extremely interested in. and then director's cut I'd be very interested in, and then other promotions I'd be extremely interested in. Tournaments I'm very interested in seeing, but I don't want to see that shit behind a paywall. Other than that, there's not much here to be spoken of. So, how much money would I give for all this crap? Okay, so now please let us know which of these new programming ideas are most valuable to you. To do so, please assume you have a total of $10 to spend against these ideas. How would you spend it? For example, if you find one program idea much more valuable to you than any of these others, you can put $10 towards the programming idea. Or if you find several different programming ideas valuable, you can split the $10 across these ideas. Just remember, you have $10 in total to spend. Please place any dollar amount from 0 to 10 in the spaces provided for each idea below. The total must add to $10. Okay, so, special events, special one-time events from unique locations around the blah, blah, blah. Okay, $1. TV 14, 0. That's not necessary. House shows, 0, not necessary. Audio channel, at this point, what the hell, 1. Because eventually I will get a phone that can do that shit, so, because I am so due for a new phone. Original scripted dramas, 0, not interested. Original scripted comedies, 1. Because I like Southpaw. Southpaw's pretty damn funny. New reality shows. Meh. 1. So right now I'm at 1, 2, 3, 4. Ring of Honor. That'd be 2 at least. And other promotions, that's at least going to be 3, considering they mentioned New Japan. Well, I'll leave it at 2. Not super interested with TNA unless they're going to buy them out, which I don't know if that's the case, or if they're just going to buy their library from Anthem and let that be. So, tournaments, yes, I'm interested in tournaments, and director's cut would be the last one. Oh, nope. How the hell do I have 11? So, something ain't adding up here. So what, I've spent $9, huh? Yeah, I'd even probably put 3. How the fuck is it 12? Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Okay. WWE is considering special features that may be available to WWE Network as a part of a premium tier. Listed below are some of the potential new features and ideas. Please let us know if you are extremely, very, moderately, somewhat, or not interested in these ideas. Okay, ratings or content or comment system. Ability to rate shows or matches and comments. Very. And the reason why I'm interested in that is because if it's shitty, I want to tell them it's shitty. If it's good, I want to tell them it's good. Because I think that enough of the YWC is just cried out and said this needs to be a thing. So, agreed. Download to go. Ability to download and watch offline. I'm very interested. But again, I guess I could use it with my computer. But this is like one of those mobile phone things where to me it doesn't mean shit. But I know to others it will mean something. So I'm very interested. Alternative audio. Choose your favorite pay-per-view commentator team. For instance, you can hear Stone Cold Steve Austin and Jerry Lawler call a live pay-per-view. Okay. This is kind of a big one, and I don't want it to be you can listen to this team or you can listen to this team. No. I want to hear... Because if it's just going to be either the people calling it from the pre-show or the people that are calling it from, the main show, then fuck it. Why are you even offering this? But if I have the choice to listen to the NXT team, the Raw team, or the SmackDown team, yeah, this would be a great feature. Because I honestly believe that there are certain teams that are better than other teams. Or if you want to get, say for TLC, you let us listen to both Hardys and, I don't know, Bubba Ray or something. Or you let us listen to, for an NXT pay-per-view, let us listen to Corey Graves. I think that would be a great idea. I mean, hell, this would possibly give them the opportunity to reel in maybe Joey Styles again. Who knows? I'd say very interested. There's nothing here as of yet other than the ratings and comment system that has me extremely interested. Social sharing. Ability to share playlists, clips, and favorites on social media. Facebook, YouTube, etc. I'm moderately interested. I don't really use social networking that much. So, no thanks. In fact, I'll change moderately to somewhat, because that's really not... Personalization. Ability to create custom playlists and change the look and feel of your WWE Network interface with options that represent your... Yeah, extremely interested. Take my money, because that's a big one. I love personalization. I have a fucking Destiny background for my PS4 when it opens up from the first one. So, yeah, that's big. Virtual reality, augmented reality, the ability to watch historic WWE content in a way that makes it seem as you're actually sitting ringside and experiencing an event such as WrestleMania, live and in person, using special computer-generated effects and equipment like a headset. Okay, to me, I do not care about this. I'm not at all interested. Others may see a VR type ability and be all on board. For many, many reasons, I'm not interested in this. So, I mean, VR is sort of difficult for me because I have seizures. So that's another reason I'm like thumbs down. But I can see those that would be interested. Alternative viewing options. The ability to watch WWE in-ring shows using alternative camera choices. Gorilla Cam, Drone Cam, GoPro camera, 360-degree views, and select higher and lower resolution options. Very interested. Some people may be like, I don't care. But if I can change my vantage point on what the hell is going on, especially with if they ever decide to do another fucking Punjabi prison match, I don't want to look at it from anything other than the Gorilla Cam. Otherwise, you're wasting my time. Same thing goes for Hell in a Cell, and for that matter. Give me an in-ring view, not outside the ring view. And I think that's a big... That, to me, is a big deal. So, you know, this should not have been behind the paywall kind of a thing, but even if it is behind a paywall, it would still be a great feature to have behind a paywall. Social viewing. Set up a movie theater mode to watch virtually with friends. No thanks. Not at all interested. That's no thanks. So, next. Okay. Download to go. No. Personalization. Yeah, I'll give that $2. Alternative audio, I'll give that $2 because that's a great idea. Ratings, that's a great idea. So that's 6 right there. Social viewing, no thanks. Social sharing, no thanks. Alternative viewing options, I'll give that 1. Virtual reality. Oh wow, I have $3 to spend. Like, I ain't even interested in the virtual reality. Like, I would almost put that up to 4 and the alternative audio up to 4. And there you go. So, because those are the only 2 things that really interest me at all on that one. So, next. What the hell? For 8. Oh, whoopsie. Well, then I guess I will put personalization at a 3. And that should total out to what is needed. Okay, WWE is also considering special benefits and perks that would be offered as a part of WWE Network Premium priced tier. Listed below are some of the potential ideas for subscribers and perks. Please let us know if you are extremely, moderately, somewhat, or not at all interested in each of these ideas. Free shipping. Moderate. I don't really give a shit because I end up having to pay for shipping anyway or use expedited shipping. And unless they're going to pay for expedited shipping, I could give 2 shits. Sweepstakes entries. Automatic sweepstakes entries to win WWE tickets, VIP meetups, merchandise, or unique WWE experiences, such as a chance to appear on a network show. Okay. Here's my beef with this problem. Does this mean you're going to do it in the city that we are from? Or does this mean we're going to have to buy plane tickets and go out to Timbuktu for God knows what reason. Because if I have to go from California to Stamford, Connecticut, then my answer is not at all interested. If you're going to come to me here in Sacramento, California, and do this shit with me because I'm in a wheelchair, and God knows every time I go into an airport, somebody thinks I'm trying to sneak a bomb through. Thank you very much, TSA. Then that's different. So I would say moderately. It really depends on how they decide to pull this off. So, loyalty program. Get rewards such as t-shirts, collectibles, and ticket upgrades using loyalty points earned from the length of time you have been a WWE Network Premium subscriber or your time spent viewing. Extremely interested. Give me free shit. I have been with the network since the weekend of WrestleMania 31, because I did not have a way to view it till I got a PS4. So yeah, give me shit, and you might earn my money. Get breaking first. Be the first to receive WWE breaking news before it is posted on social media, WWE.com, or shared with other outlets. I guess. I mean, it's not going to make me want to pay another $10, but it would interest me to have that as a feature. So, early access to live event tickets, not interested. I mean, that's just like, why do I care? Because I don't go to it. I have never been to a WWE event. Not because I haven't wanted to, but because disabled seating is shit. And that's not really on the WWE. That's more on the makers of the Coliseum, because they either want you to sit your ass in the nosebleed section, or they want you to pay $700 to sit up front. No thank you. Fan voting. Special opportunities to vote on match participants, Hall of Fame inductees, Slammy winners, and WWE events. Okay. Here's my thing here. Are our votes going to mean anything? Or is this just another way of Vince McMahon stringing us along around his finger? Because if it's the latter and not the first, then I could give two shits. But if our votes are actually going to matter, not like when you did the quote-unquote, Twitter voting on who was going to be in what type of match, obviously that was manipulated. And everyone knows it was manipulated, which is why they don't do it anymore. But if this is for real, and we actually have a chance to vote for who should be in the Hall of Fame, I would be extremely interested. If we have a chance to even vote for who wins a Slammy, I'd be extremely interested. But, so I'm going to put very interested, because I want to know if this is bullshit or if this is real. Because we've seen way too much bullshit from Vince McMahon and the way he runs things. Should not be based on the way McMahon wants things. It should be based on the way we want things. Now, early access to new merchandise, not interested. That stuff will be on WWE.com soon enough. Preferred pricing, special offers for VIP events and products, including meet and greet discount packages and specials on here's the thing. unless this includes plane tickets, not interested. Because obviously, getting flights out to places, that's very hard to do. And, I'm grateful for the idea for the tickets, but unless you're going to pay round trip for the flight, or you're going to give us some kind of credit for the flight, not interested. Monthly inside WWE headquarters conference call. Ability to listen in to a conference call with WWE executives such as Triple H or Stephanie McMahon. Extremely interested, because then we get to hear, what kind of bullshit you're going to pull or what kind of bullshit you're not going to pull. And if you allow us to comment on it, then, we may actually finally get a say as to what's going to happen. So, yeah, I'd be extremely interested in that. So, okay, no on the access to live tickets. No on the early access to new merchandise. Breaking media first, I might give 1. Free shipping, I might give a 1. Preferred pricing, not unless I know for a fact that it's going to mean anything as far as the flight and the airfare. I'm not giving anything to that. Fan voting, definitely a 1. Loyalty programs, I'd probably give that a 1. Monthly inside WWE headquarters, that's automatically a 2. And sweepstakes entries, not really. So I am gonna put like 5 on fan voting, because that is a fucking huge deal. So that's 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, because I could absolutely care less about everything else. Submit survey. And I submitted the survey. So, there goes that. And, really, what I'm hoping happens is that they don't raise the price at all, and they're just using this. But we all know that that's their plan, because they did not get out of India what they wanted, so now they want to jack up the price on North America. If you are a subscriber, do not fall for some sort of pricing tier for the WWE Network. Don't do it. I honestly, if you're going to jack up for God's sakes, I get SSI, which is supplemental security income. Do I look like a guy who can afford another 120 a year? No. The fact of the matter is don't waste my money. Don't waste my money. And don't sit there and pick and choose what you want to put behind a paywall and what you don't want to put behind a paywall. These tournaments that you've been doing, it needs to stay, in front of the paywall, not behind it. The people that have been with you for years need to get what they have been getting already. Like, I don't want to see another tournament like a Mae Young Classic or a Cruiserweight Classic or a UK tournament behind a damn paywall. I'll be honest, I can understand Ring of Honor, I can understand New Japan, I can understand even Global Force. But don't progress. But I Do not make WWE based programming behind a paywall. Unless you are, want an even more of a backlash from wrestling fans, then don't do anything stupid. And that's really all I have to say about that. Now, before I go, I have not reviewed this in several weeks. So I'm going to see how much of it I can get through while I have the time. You know what? Actually, I don't think I have the time. But I am going to say this about... Actually, hold on. Let me see if I can get to my home page. So, and then we will talk some NXT for just a brief moment, because there was really only one or two matches that caught my eye. So okay, so NXT this week was pretty good, and its main event, which is really what I want to talk about, it was the men from Mustache Mountain versus let's see what... Oh man. Okay, we have a lot of stuff that is not exactly important, but well, I am so not going to sit here and look, but it feels to me like this has just been buried. Oh my goodness. Well, boy, so there's been a new a match announced for No Mercy. Let's see. Oh God. So the kickoff show match, which is good because this means the Cruiserweight title actually made it to the main show. But apparently it will be Apollo Crews versus Elias Sampson in No Mercy's kickoff show. So that's interesting news. Because as I said, that's... I think this will be Elias's first main roster pay-per-view. That's intriguing. That is very intriguing. And oh boy. And well, let's see. Paige cleared to return to action. Which brand will she be on? So, said that former Divas champion Paige started training at the Performance Center on Monday in order to get cleared by doctors after undergoing neck surgery last year. Dave Meltzer noted in the last issue of Wrestling Observer newsletter that Paige has already received full clearance to return to in-ring action and is now working to get back into ring shape, meaning that she got a little jelly fat. WWE officials reportedly have a storyline for Paige's return, and that it will be for the SmackDown brand. A good call, WWE. Very good call. Because she is so desperately needed on SmackDown. Because I just... the SmackDown women are just boring. And yeah, definitely good. That is definitely a good call on their part. So, NXT. So, we had a few matches on this week's NXT. You had a singles match between Gargano and Sabatelli. Sabatelli really kind of got worked here. He got eventually. I mean, Sabatelli kind of did the work. He got pushed into a corner, landed a chop or two on Johnny Gargano, and he did a drop kick. And basically after that, he got worked pretty bad. And then he ended up in the neck. Ended up in that neck lock, and that was it. Then Roderick Strong walked in and asked Regal when he said to Regal, "I've done everything you could possibly ask me to do. So when am I getting my match with Drew McIntyre?" He said in 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, we will see Drew McIntyre versus Roderick Strong. Then Sonya Deville says that she's the reason that Asuka says there's a reason she and Asuka never faced each other, and that's because she would have broken Asuka's undefeated streak. Bullshit. Anyway, Asuka, now that Asuka's gone, she lays claim to the newly vacant title and invites the rest of the roster to put their hair up and square up. I'm sorry, I just find this hilarious because Sonya Deville, with her MMA shtick, is going to be fighting some real MMA fighters. Real MMA fighters in Shayna Baszler and possibly Ronda Rousey here in the next couple months. So she may fade to black while these other legit chicks beat the shit out of people. I mean, not to sound too much like Sandor Clegane, but yeah, don't tell me to put my hair up and square up. You're the one that's going to have to square up once you be facing the other side of the ring. So once you, Miss DeVille, are facing Baszler on the other side of the ring. Then you had Bianca Belair versus Macy Evans. Now, Macy Evans sort of reminds me of one of those, like, striptease women that'd be in the Air Force. Like, she can fight, but she's super green in the ring. I mean, I think given some time to nurture, she's going to be a bigger cog in that wheel. But I think right now, Bianca Belair, damn. She, let's see. She has this, weird move where it's like a power bomb, but then she plants them on their face. I off the top of my head, I don't know what the name of it is, but that's her finisher. But she did this thing too. She's got this really long braided hair, and it was wet, and she just whipped her with it. I think because her hair goes down to her lower thighs. So it can be used as a weapon, and since it's a part of her, an extension of her body, there ain't nothing nobody can say about it. And she whipped Macy Evans with it, and oh my goodness, it sounded like a bolt of lightning hit the freaking building when she did it. It was crazy. I mean, this match, it wasn't long, and, Bianca Belair won, but already we're feeling the impact of all these new women, coming in from the Mae Young Classic, and I like it, because the women on the upper card need so much help. They really do. And Asuka should be a great addition to Raw. I'm sure that, other people such as Peyton Royce, Billie Kay, Nikki Cross, many of them I expect to go to the upper card very soon. When, especially after Miss Weeaboo Pirate Chick, that we all know will be taking over, the winner of the inaugural Mae Young Classic will definitely be taking over. Miss Kairi Sane will be taking over. The only X factor literally in this equation is Ember Moon. Where does she fit into that women's division, and where does she fit in the scheme of things in WWE? Then you had Lars Sullivan versus No Way Jose. This isn't even a match to even talk about, because he hit his power. He hit a splash off the top rope, which they say it was a splash here. It wasn't. It was a diving headbutt, a la fucking Benoit, the name we're not supposed to say. And it was, and then he did his power slam finisher. Now, rumor has it that Brock Lesnar, who doesn't go anywhere for anyone, I'm not sure if he was at this taping or if he just went to go see him wrestle, but he's very big on Lars Sullivan. So I would expect to see this guy in the upper card by this time next year. Because if you're going to have a land of giants, you need more giants. And he is definitely a giant. I mean, Lars Sullivan beat the tar off No Way Jose. I mean, it was a good opening onslaught from Jose, but it didn't amount to much. Then you had Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, which is Red Dragon, go up against Tyler Bate and Trent Seven. Really, the way this ended was Kyle O'Reilly got it was Adam Cole ended up super kicking Tyler Bate, and that's what got them the win. Now, the big issue here was what happened afterwards, because, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish got chased off by, Drew McIntyre, and then Drew McIntyre ended up winning, or Drew McIntyre traced them off. They thought they were safe, and then Sanity ended up beating the crap out of them. So this has definitely gotten serious. So I think that we should see a lot of good things out of these guys in the future. So for that's my review for Friday. And thank you for listening to Sacktown Slam. I am Gary Maloney, and I am signing off.